Yo, what's good? Welcome back to the channel. Hey, thanks for joining me again. And if you're a new subscriber, thank you for tuning in. You know, maybe it was the title or maybe it was something that drew you into this video. This channel is going to be about, obviously, credit, the game of credit. Just wanted to introduce myself to you guys through a way of a challenge, right? Then I'm gonna really get in on how once my profile is structured the way that I would love it to be, in a way that it looks good to lenders, I'm then gonna go ahead and leverage, OPM, other people's money, the bank's money, to start investing in real estate, my brand, rental cars, things of that nature, just, really diversifying my income. So we all know that multiple streams of income is pretty much a must in today's society. You have to have, we always want our blessings to come, but in order for, Source God to bless you, you have to give Source God some ways of being able to bless you. If you only have your job, obviously, you can get raises over the years, you can get promoted on your job, but after that, you're pretty much under someone else's, guidelines on, how much money you're capped out on how much money you will receive in that one stream of income. Now, I'm not saying that having a job is terrible, because most of you know who've been following the journey, I have a W-2 job. So I'm not saying that just quit your job and go run and be an entrepreneur. No, I'm sorry. I'm feeling a little under the weather, so I know you could probably hear it in my voice, but I'm gonna push through because I wanna get this content out. The more things that you're involved in, I'm not saying just go out there and just be involved in everything, because you could, get lost in the sauce, but once you're, establish one thing, then you're able to take the profits out of that and then invest in your other things, all right? So it is strategy to it, but the grand scheme of things, you want to make sure that you're diversifying your income. You're allowing for yourself to be blessed in multiple ways, all right? With that being said, as we're gearing towards the end of my 6-month challenge, I do want to start bringing more content about credit. If you're new to trying to understand credit, or you want to know, like, what are the first steps, improving your credit, well, it's information, right? You need to know what's on your credit reports. And in order to do that, there's a website called annualcreditreport.com, and I'll have the links to everything that I mentioned in the description below, so you can always go there. Annualcreditreport.com is where you can get your credit reports, all three. So you have Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Cross-reference, right? Because different lenders, different banks, they're gonna be pulling from one or multiple of those three CRAs, and they're credit reporting agencies, all right? CRAs are credit reporting agencies. That's what the bureaus are. So don't get scared when you hear about the bureaus, because they're just for-profit companies. They're just companies. They're not government agencies or anything like that. They're, on the stock market. You can buy stock in those companies. They're not governed by, the government. Credit reporting agencies are governed by the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. All right, so that's the organization that governs the CRAs, all right? And Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian are just three. Many of them, but we know those are the big three, right? At the end of the day, by sending your dispute letters and things of that nature, you're able to, make sure that they are reporting the right information on you, right? So in order to do that, number one, you have to know what's on your credit report. So you go to annualcreditreport.com. If you go to this website, they'll give you your reports for free, right? Now, I know a lot of us, we are so focused on, using Credit Karma, Credit Sesame. When you're really trying to understand credit more, you have to, in your mind, you have to delete the idea that the credit score matters, okay? Because it doesn't. I need you to erase what you were taught to think about credit, because everything you probably thought about credit is not true. It's actually very simple. But if you want to actually see what specific accounts, derogatory and positive, are on your accounts, you need to pull your credit reports, okay? And that's where Annual Credit Report comes in. I will also advise you, as you're on your journey, to have credit monitoring, using Credit Karma to monitor our credit, but that's not gonna be the best practice, okay? The credit monitoring websites that I use is Identity IQ, and I actually do have an affiliation with them. When you do use my link, it'll be $21.99 instead of, I believe it's like the $29 or 25 to 30 bucks a month. You'll get it for $21. It will be the best $21 that you spend. Do not think of it as I'm losing money or I'm paying, because credit is king, man. In this society, credit is king, and you want to make sure that you're monitoring. You know, whenever you're applying for things, you get alerts immediately. They have fraud alerts. So if anybody tries to steal your identity, you have up to $25,000 worth of identity insurance. And then you get a monthly update on what's going on your report. It's important. The same way you're gonna monitor the things that you value in your life, credit has the same, system. So you wanna make sure you're monitoring your credit. And in doing so, you wanna use Identity IQ because it's gonna be the most accurate information, and it's gonna be the information that the lenders are basically pulling. So those are two things that you should have before you get started. You need to basically know what's on your credit report by using annualcreditreport.com, and then you want to monitor your credit using Identity IQ. Both of those links are going to be in the description below. You want to make sure your data is correct because the score is not as important as the data. We live in the age where data is king, really, because the person that holds the most, that captures the most data on you, think about it. Your name, your email, your interests, what you like, all the things that, like, when you go and you're applying for different things, it's capturing data, right? When you go to the doctor, they're capturing information of you on you, because the more information I know about you, the more I can target and retarget you. In the credit side, the data that you need is making sure you have at least 10 plus positive accounts reporting, and in those accounts you want to make sure you have a mix. So you want to have that revolving, installment, so car loan, mortgage, personal loan, lines of credit cards. You got to 3 to 5 years of history. You want to make sure you're not closing any of your old accounts. Your utilization, which only applies to your credit cards, you want to keep that between 2 and 9%, all right? When it reports to the credit bureau on the statement date, and then you want to make sure you have 0 derogatory accounts, so no collections, nothing. So when they read your report, it looks as if this is someone who has stability. They've been living in their residence for 2 plus years. You don't have a lot of addresses on your report. You don't want to look too thirsty. So 1 to 4 inquiries. Once you go in and start applying for things, you already know what's on your profile. So you know how you look on paper before the lender does. And you don't want to be in an opposite position where they know more about you than you know about you. So when you come in, you already know you're going to get approved based on your profile and how it's structured. So if you want to know how to structure your profile more, I do have another video where I break down the actual points on each category and how they are calculated. So as far as the FICO score. So I appreciate you being here. And with that being said, if you can show your appreciation to me, if this video brought you any value, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, all right? All right, so I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.